Deepti Galaron joins me on the set now for a look at what the big stories are today. Hi, Deepti.
Hi, Jeannie.
Lots of focus on the election in Mexico.
Well, the reactions are starting to come in from the Mexican press. Let's look at the Mexican version of the Huffington Post. After securing more than 50% of the votes, leftist leader Andrés Manuel López Obrador, the man known by his initials AMLO, is set to be Mexico's next president. In fact, the outgoing president, Enrique Peña Nieto, called him to congratulate him. It's the third time on the third time he's done it. That's what the Mexican version of Huffington Post says. Of course, he had participated in 2 previous elections and lost both. Now, AMLO has called for reconciliation. He's also made fighting corruption his priority as president, according to the daily paper El Universal. In fact, in one of his early statements, he promised to build a new democracy and especially promised not to build a disguised dictatorship, warning the country that changes are to come and they will be profound.
Now over to Germany, where Angela Merkel is facing new political chaos. That's as her coalition partner is threatening to resign.
Her coalition partner and the country's interior minister, Horst Seehofer, has announced his intention to resign over a dispute between the two of them on how to handle the asylum seeker crisis in Europe. Now, it leaves a really big question as to whether the party will replace him or whether they'll pull out of the coalition government altogether. In any case, for the local German paper Hamburger Morgenpost, well, for them at least, it's clearly the latter. Horst is beginning divorce proceedings. That's what the paper says on its front page. Now, Germany's gone through the diesel emissions scandal, economic woes, political disputes over the migrants. On top of all of that, the most important thing, Germany's elimination from the World Cup. Once a shining beacon to us all of all that's efficient and well-running, well, Germany is having a pretty rough time right now, at least from this cartoon by Shabbat.
Here in France now, Deepti, a prisoner's jailbreak, something that's like out of a Hollywood movie, is also drawing serious questions about prison security.
Well, it's left authorities red-faced, Jeannie, because indeed this prisoner, Redouane Faïd, escaped for the second time out of what should have been a pretty secure facility in the Paris region. And the way he did it is pretty spectacular. He took a pilot hostage and forced the pilot to fly him and his accomplices out onto a helicopter. It was a spectacular escape. That's what Le Parisien, the French paper, says. But they're not at all awed by this. The editors say, well, let's not forget the trauma of what that pilot went through, nor can we forget the unimaginable distress of the partner of the policewoman that the prisoner killed.
A lighter note now, some football news, in particular Spain, actually not so light for them. Spain's shock defeat to Russia yesterday in the World Cup's first elimination round, the round of 16.
Well, they lost to Russia in penalties after Koke's kick was stopped by the Russian goalie. For Marca, which is a Spanish sports paper, it was a Spain without depth or speed, without soul or joy. That's a scathing review from their front page that says, let's go home. Adios World Cup, that's what the Spanish paper ABC says solemnly on its front page. Now, let's end the football section, though, with some light news. L'Equipe, the French sports paper, is still talking about Saturday's game. They can't seem to come down from their high. They're paying tribute to their new heroes, or the new heroes that they say of Saturday's game, Benjamin Pavard and Kylian Mbappé, who they call brilliant and decisive, embodying a new blue wave that has delighted French fans. Now, they'll have to keep their heads close to the ground, though. There's still a quarterfinal game on Friday against Uruguay.
There certainly is. All right, let's just wrap up now. We often talk about ads that go wrong, but for once you're going to tell us about a TV ad that's actually getting accolades for breaking boundaries.
Breaking boundaries, breaking gender stereotypes in particular, Jeannie. The company is called Billy, and they've released an ad for a new razor for women that actually shows women shaving bodily hair. Now, you might remember in the past, razor ads for women often feature these gorgeous women shaving, hair-free skin that's usually glistening and very shiny. Whereas in men's ads, they're always shaving actual hair. So the company's co-founder, Georgia Gooley, has said that the idea was to normalize female body hair and, I quote, change the one-dimensional way in which women are often portrayed in ads. Let's take a look at a quick clip of that ad.
is, oh? That girl is a tomboy. That girl is a tomboy. That girl is a tomboy. Who that is, oh? That girl is a tomboy. That girl is a tomboy. That girl is a tomboy. With my little titties and my fat belly, I could tell your man if you finna let me, it's a guarantee that he won't forget me. My body little, my soul is heavy.
All right, there's a lot of hair there, Jeannie.
Right. Well, it's normal. It's part of life, huh?
It's part of life. But you know what? The ad was not just a triumph for female body hair, but it also sent, you'll see, a positive body image. There was a lot of diverse-looking women. So a whole trifecta for the company.
Fantastic, Deepti. Thank you for that. Deepti Carlon with that look at the press today, at what's been going on around the world. You can get a closer look, of course, at that on our website. The address is France24.com.